Hello, my name is Mrs. Cubbage. I'm the reception teacher and early years lead. In this video, I'm going to outline how we teach phonics, reading and writing in the early years at Heddon Primary School. I'm also going to give you some tips on how you can help at home. Why reading matters. Making sure that children become engaged with reading from the beginning is one of the most important ways to make a difference to their life chances. Children who are good at reading do more of it. They learn more about all sorts of things, they expand their vocabulary, and that increases their ease of access to more reading. Conversely, children who find reading difficult fall behind not just in reading but in all of their subjects, and a vicious circle develops. The aim of this video is to show you how we teach phonics in the early years and the impact this has on early reading and writing development. Before beginning to even identify letter sounds or read words on a page, there are a number of early phonic skills that children need to acquire. They need to be able to listen carefully. By playing listening games with them and modelling good listening, stopping what you're doing, looking at your child when they are speaking, and expecting them to do the same, develops their listening skills. They need to be able to produce sounds clearly. The use of a pacifier significantly impacts a child's ability to produce the sound accurately. Speaking with a dummy in their mouth affects the clarity of their speech and sound production, which often leads to corrective speech therapy later on. If a child cannot produce sounds accurately, this can have a negative impact on their ability to read. They need confidence when speaking to adults and children, looking at who they are speaking to. They need to be able to hear similarities and differences between phonemes, identifying rhyming words. Singing lots of nursery rhymes helps with this process. They need to be able to identify parts of words, syllables. I spy with my little eye an elephant. This helps children to break words down and to put them back together. The next stage after breaking words into parts is being able to break them into sounds. Playing games such as I spy with my little eye a k, a t helps them with blending and segmentation. Sharing stories is one of the most important things you can do as a parent at home. This helps your child to develop an enjoyment for stories and gives them the motivation for learning to read themselves. Rereading stories helps children to learn new vocabulary, understand language patterns, sentence structures, and rhyme. When reading together, weave in questions and share opinions about what you have read to engage your child in discussion and to get them thinking about what has happened. Why do you think the bear is sad? What do you think will happen next? Model how to use new or story vocabulary in other contexts. For example, look at that rain. It looks like little diamonds sparkling on the window pane. All schools are required to use an accredited synthetic phonics scheme. At Heddon we use Read Write Inc. Alongside Storytime and sharing lots of stories together with children, listening to children read to us, guided group reading which allows for deeper discussion time, and a literature works approach which involves unpicking the text to explore characters, setting and events more deeply. Phonics in nursery involves lots of practical sound and listening games and activities. Children are encouraged to actively listen to sounds around them. For example, going on listening walks to name and identify sounds in the environment. They are taught to discriminate between sounds. An example activity would be, out of the 4 animals in front of you, can you tell me which animal is making this sound? They are encouraged to learn to copy a pattern of sounds. This can involve animal sounds, percussion instruments, or body percussion. Example, clap, clap, stamp, stamp, clap, clap, stamp, stamp. Can the children join in to continue and copy the pattern? They explore lots of rhyming games, such as Silly Soup. An example of this can be found on YouTube. Or Odd One Out. Dog, cat, rat. Can you identify which one does not rhyme? Pictures and objects are used to support these games. They are taught to identify the beginning sounds in words and to develop an awareness of oral blending and segmenting in their everyday routine. For example, can you get your k, o, t? It is our hope that by the end of the nursery year or the beginning of the reception year, the children will be sufficiently secure in their early phonics skills to be ready to learn the letter sounds. In Read Write Inc, these are called speed sounds because the aim is to rapidly recall the sound. A mnemonic is used to help the children learn the sound. So in front of you, you can see the letter M, and there is a little girl, Maisie, and 2 mountains. So the mnemonic is Maisie Mountain Mountain. This not only helps the children associate the mnemonic with the shape of the letter, but it also helps them learn the accurate formation for each letter. Once they have begun to learn the sounds around the first 5 sounds, we encourage them to begin to blend the sounds to read the words. For example, k, a, t, cat. The use of pure sounds is crucial to blending. Try not to add an sound on the end. So, s, not s. Not m. Attached is a link to a YouTube video to help you practice the pure sounds. The blended words we call green words or Fred words. Fred is our frog friend. He talks only in sounds and he always needs our help to put together to read the word. For example, dog, dog, hop, hop. There are some words that you cannot sound out. These are called red tricky words. You can't Fred a red. Some examples are I, the, was, she. In front of you there are 2 speed sounds charts. Overall there are 44 sounds the children need to be able to learn to read and to use when writing. On the right hand side is the simple speed sounds chart, and by the end of the reception year we would aim to have introduced the children to all of the sounds on the simple speed sounds chart. We have used the Read Write Inc phonics scheme for a number of years at Heddon. Its success is in its systematic approach. Sounds blended to read green words, red words learned by heart, reading of books closely matched to their phonic level, and writing activities that begin to apply the phonics skills to writing when the children are ready. Before the children are ready to write, they need to have developed a range of physical and fine motor skills. A large part of the day in early years is spent developing movement, strength, balance, and coordination. We do this through a range of activities, including wake-up, shake-up, dough disco, where the children manipulate Play-Doh to music to strengthen different parts of the hand, squiggle whilst you wiggle, where the children mark make to music to develop circular motions, zigzag motions in preparation for letter formation. We have a range of Play-Doh, finger gym, Lego and threading activity, all designed as early pencil skill preparation. These are the physical development statements taken from the document Development Matters, which we use to help us plan our curriculum. You can see from the ages of birth to 3 years old, the children are required to explore and manipulate a range of tools, materials, developing their control. By the age of 3 and 4, they should be able to use one-handed tools and equipment, such as making snips with scissors or using a comfortable, good control when holding pens and pencils. And at this stage, they'll begin to develop a preference for which hand they are going to use. But by the end of reception, they should have developed the foundations of a handwriting style which is fast, accurate and efficient. This includes a tripod pencil grip that they are then able to use to effectively form their letters. How does phonics link to writing? When the children first begin to learn to write independently, they are encouraged to write down the sounds they can hear. In the first instance, this might just be the initial sound of each word, but as their phonic knowledge grows and their confidence develops, they are able to include more sounds into the words. They are encouraged to write phonetically rather than worrying about an accurate spelling. An example, if they wanted to write the word want, they might sound it out w-o-n-t. This is phonetically plausible. We are able to read this because they have sounded it out using the sounds that they know. Want is actually a tricky red word that they may not learn to spell until the end of reception or in year 1. The more sounds that the children learn, and later on into Key Stage 1, they will learn a variety of different spelling rules which will help their spelling to become more accurate. In reception, we use the read, write, ink approach of Fred Talk. The children are told how many fingers to put up. So for the word cat, we would say 3 Fred fingers, pinch the sounds, k, a, t, cat. And as we say the word, we sweep our finger across the fingers that are standing up. This helps the children to segment the word so that they can hear the sounds to write each sound down individually. In order for your child to make the best possible progress in their phonics reading and writing, we require your support at home. Teach your child to have a love of books. Make a special time set aside each day to share books together. Make it comfortable, cozy, and an enjoyable experience. Ensure that they see you and other adults reading, whether it's magazines, manuals, recipe books, fiction books. Being a good role model will make your child want to read too. Model good listening and good speaking in sentences. Help them to learn their sounds and their tricky red words, but be sure to use pure sounds when you are modelling how to blend. Encourage lots of physical and fine motor play at home. When they are mark making or painting or writing, encourage them to use a tripod pencil grip as in the picture shown. and ensure they use the correct letter formation pattern. If we accept an inaccurate pattern, this can become a habit which is then difficult to break and retrain using the correct pattern. We hope that after watching this video, you will have a clearer idea of how we teach phonics, early reading and writing at Heddon. Please contact us via Tapestry if you require any more support. We would be happy to supply you with a phonic activity pack. These will differ between nursery and reception. The nursery pack will consist of games and suggested activities to develop listening skills and sound discrimination. The reception pack will include letter sounds, the mnemonics for sound formation, and red words. If you would like to speak to either Miss Alsop, the nursery teacher, or myself, Mrs. Cubbage, the reception teacher, please do not hesitate to contact us either by telephone or through the admin email address. Thank you for your time. We hope you enjoy your reading journey together.